Okay, we're going to go around and fill these holes. I've got one right here. See here, it's saying in there. Now if we fill this with a liquid, it might have gone right out the bottom of the building. Now we make a very thick product. Our crack filler is thick. It'll fill all these little divots and that. I didn't use it because I had this trowel mix already made. It looked deep enough, so I get those. And we left a little graininess here. I might have made a mistake. Should have used the liquid. But if we got in this crack, this whole thing could be sunken like that. So that's why we use the trowel mix in these. Anywhere we think that it might go out the bottom of the building. So I'm just going around and catching these little pieces that either sank or never filled. And I'm not going to worry about the little bit on the floor because we'll just grind this. We'll be doing a little bit of screening, and then that'll take these off, and then we'll sweep it. These little pieces should come off for us. I just want to make sure it's good feel. Now the nice part about this, as I mentioned before, it should dry in a couple hours. Anything that we see is a little bit deeper than the rest, I'm going to put on here. Now this was interesting. This is a hairline crack. Looks like we might have missed it the whole way. Maybe we just forgot it yesterday. But if we left that, the product's thin enough, the Duracell's thin enough where it will sink in there and we would probably see it. And we can't use Duracell to fill holes because it's got some solvent in it. If we try to fill a hole with it, it'll just skin over and be like a zit. It'll be soft underneath. And so we have to be careful not to do that. So now I've got another tool here. If we're going over a wider area, I might use a little putty knife or a little plastic knife. These narrow cracks the stick works good for, but we're going to do a little hole here in a minute and I'll show you how to fill that. And as I say, if we don't fill these will show up again because the product's thin enough where it'll show up. Also, if we can get right to the edge here, and that's a common thing where you don't get quite to the edge. I'm going to go over here. I found a couple little shallow holes. I don't like using this product to fill shallow holes, but we're in the middle of a project. We want it to look as good as we can, and there's probably unlikely anything's going to pull straight up on it. So just for fun, I'm going to fill these couple little holes, and if worst case comes and they come out someday, we'll just have to fill it again. Now, little hole here, one there, and I'm going to use my wider putty knife and press down, push it in the hole and pull it across. I have to be careful not to get the edges pressed too hard or it pulls it out of the edges. Now I could go over all the cracks, I could go over every little pit here. It's just that, again, we have to decide how good we need this and what the expectations of our expectation is. We're just trying to make it easy to keep clean, all the same color, and do kind of a basic job on this. Here's a little hole here. Just sweeping the dust out of these holes. I don't want it to stick to dust. Now this grout is not a great adhesive, but it's pretty good. It's surprisingly good. And I would have rather filled these with epoxy, but since it's here, I'm going to fill this anyway. Here's a couple that we did fill, but when we rolled it or something, we must have pulled a little bit out of it. So I'm just So obviously we could keep going all day here catching little pieces, but I think we're good enough for the kind of job we're going to do. We're going to stop now and we're going to put the screen on the bottom of the scrubber. The screens are like a window screen. These are 60 grit, and it's going to shave off little grains of sand. You know, these bugs that fell in. There were some ants over here. We've got a bunch of bubbles. We're going to screen those all off. Once we get that done, we'll sweep everything, take a look at it. We might do a little more touch-up, a little more grinding, and then we will be ready to start finishing our floor.